The key to victory is at hand as the heroes of legend set out on their final quest. The port city of Kalaman seems as tranquil as a morning breeze. Yet on the horizon, the terrible might of the Dragon Empire rushes unchecked, intent on the city's destruction. Poised now to meet them is the army of Whitestone, with its vaunted Solamnic knights. The final conflict is at hand. Yet, hidden knowledge has come to light. The world is doomed unless a fearless band of heroes can pass through the land of the evil empire into its very heart. The city of Naraka and the temple of the Queen of Darkness. Yet there are other forces at work in the lands of evil. Forces unknown to the Dragon Empire and the Whitestone Castle. The Glitter Palace of Paladine is a fabled place of ancient times. No one knows where the door is to be found. No one walks its halls without being changed. Its invitations are subtle, but its truth is sure. For those who survive. Welcome to the world of Kryn and the legendary DragonLance.
And with that, we are live.
Actually, the bull was probably laughing so hard that it couldn't catch.
I know, he was just excited that someone was taking his picture. He's like, "Ooh, I'm a celebrity."
He did pose nicely.
He did. It was a great picture. I think I still have it somewhere. Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, and others, to Atomic Peanut Butter Presents The Running with the Bulls.
As just enacted by Sedge.
Yeah. Actually, we're playing DragonLance: Dragons of Truth, Part 3. I am Adam. I am your dungeon master for tonight's festivities. I almost said facilities. That would have been weird. That would have been a little weird. But it's a Friday. All bets are off. You can, of course, whenever we bother to play, catch us live on Twitch and YouTube at Atomic Peanut Butter Group, and on podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts, by searching for DragonLance Chronicles.
And I was assuming because you said facilities, you probably worked as a bathroom attendant somewhere. So
I do. Yeah, that's my day job. Soap, moist towelette.
Tip jars over there.
I always hated that whenever there was a bathroom attendant. I haven't seen one in a long time. You notice? Has anyone seen a bathroom attendant in a while?
I've never seen one.
Say I have.
All the time.
Yeah. That was so annoying.
All the time.
I'm like, oh, I really do need to wash my hands, but how do I do this without? And then I'm like trying to scramble to grab towels and soap before he can give it to me.
Like I don't want your help.
Yes. I can do this on my own. They taught me at a young age how to do this on my own.
I learned this when I was like 13 or 14.
I know. Like a hand comes from underneath the stall. Wipe your ass, monsieur. No, thank you. I can do it by myself.
Wow. We don't go to your fancy ass restaurants, Adam.
Yeah, well, you should. Full service, and I mean full
apparently.
service. I almost made an off-color joke, but I won't, because we're on Twitch. If you'd like to be a sponsor, we'd love to have you. Let's introduce the rest of the group. Let's start with Chuck.
Yeah.
That's good. You're doing great, Chuck. Keep
Thanks.
it up.
He was raring to go earlier.
He really was.
so
He
excited
was.
earlier.
He was. Yeah, all day. He was posting last night, I think, too. He was just ready to go.
Super excited.
And now that it's game time, what happens?
Game time. Let's go.
His
Burke.
shoelaces
Burke is the
untied.
greatest character of all time. He is a dwarf. Everybody loves a good dwarf. Let's have a quick
Everybody
poll.
loves Burke.
Let's have a
Poll results are in. Burke is the number one character of this group.
Wow.
Thank you all for voting.
Yeah,
Burke is a
we should put
cleric,
up a poll.
cleric of reorgs. Currently, Burke he's had some tough times. He's had some moments of struggle lately. You see, Burke's wife and children were tragically murdered.
Just one of his children. I'm not that.
Yeah,
bad
quit
at it.
exaggerating.
Yeah, come on. I left you a kid.
I'm knowing to Adam that the wife was pregnant, and boom,
Yikes. This
with
is
triplets.
This is this is what happens when I don't pay attention to backstory.
That all happened off screen, so you wouldn't know.
Bromonide says
We
Burke. Who
haven't
is
had-
Burke?
We haven't had a chance to role play that out yet.
We'll get there.
The Burke currently is in search of his surviving offspring Pippa. Is heading to Dargard Keep to meet Dargard Keith and to kill a Death Knight, a dead guy. That's all
Wow,
I've got tonight.
you know what? I mean, done and done, I guess. Mission accomplished. If he's already
Sounds
a dead
easy.
guy.
Dead already, so good job.
Hey, look at this. Problem took care of itself.
Guy's dead. Perfect.
Salt and Pippa, Bromonide said. Yeah, that was his son's name.
Ouch! Thanks. That
For those of you listening on podcast, Chuck has thrown off his headset and left the stream.
Yeah, crying in tears.
I don't have
Let's
any Kleenexes.
Kleenex, if you'd like to be a sponsor, we'd love to have you. Let's move on to Gaz.
Hi, I'm
Hi.
Gaz.
Hi, Gaz.
And I am playing Athea.
Nope,
Grimace.
that was last week. Today you're back
Crap.
to Ventelis.
You didn't tell me that.
Possibly Curlithlon, depending on what happens. We're
I
going
have
back
no
and
idea
forth.
who I'm
We're
playing
cutting
to.
back and forth between the action.
It's gonna be really snappy and fun, and we'll find out what happens. when it
Snappy and fun.
happens.
You obviously did not watch the 3 hour and 20-minute slog that was last week's episode.
I did not.
You missed Kerwin killing 3 dragons.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I'm sorry that I missed it. But
You also missed
not.
Kemchan. Oh, by the way, Kemchan, you get an inspiration point for any character you choose for saving the stream, because I allowed Gary and those who did not watch or listen last week, I allowed the players to name their dragons. And Michael chose Sunset
Shimmergale.
Shimmergale.
Shimmergale,
I'll
that's what it
never
was.
remember that name for some reason. I don't know why.
Took me a
Sunset
second,
Heartbreak.
but her
Sunset
name-
Drink.
Her name is
Her
Shimmergale.
name, sorry. That's true. You did say it was a she. Then Chuck went with Old Snaggletooth.
Oh, yeah.
Sedgwick
I'd
went
like to.
with because
I'd like to say I was very tired and slept
the
through most
excuses
of the
are rolling already.
stream.
Rolling already, Gary. You're waiting in anticipation as to what Ken
Speaking
named his.
of roll,
But before
are
we
you
get that, Sir Rick Cordwood, Sedgwick's
Yeah.
knight, Sedge named his character Roll, since it's Rick Roll. And then that would have been the savior of the stream and worthy of an inspiration point until Kemchan, his turn came
Woke
up, and
I woke up.
he's like, I don't know, I'm just gonna name it Snaggletooth. So we had Snapdragon Fairy Dust. What's the name?
Shimmergale.
Shimmergale, Roll, Old Snaggletooth, and Snaggletooth.
Junior.
So Kemchan luckily saved the stream with a little bit of unintentional humor.
That's what I'm best at.
Matter of fact, that was the entire highlight of the last stream.
It was.
You're all caught up.
And you're all caught up.
Continue.
Yeah, that was it.
Wow, thank you. Great.
all right, and now we can wrap up this evening.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, Gary, you're playing Vantellis. So tell us a little bit about
Vantellis. Okay, yes, I'm playing Vantellis. The Then tell us, Elven Warlock.
You don't even know what he does.
I don't know. I've got too many characters, and I don't know which one I'm playing. So yeah,
Maybe
Elven
Kirk-
Warlock, who is currently, where the hell are we?
You're in Calaman.
Okay, we're in Calaman. There you go.
Did you miss that too? I thought you were there for that. Maybe not. And you
No
might be
idea.
at Curlithlon as well, depending on what happens. We don't know. Tell us a little bit about.
Oh well,
Curlithlon.
and Curlithlon is in Dargard Keep with Dargard Keith.
Yes. I wonder if I could. No, I don't think I could do it easily, so I'm not going to. All right, never mind. Let's move on to Kemchan.
Hey.
Hey.
What's
Wait a minute.
up?
Hold on.
What's up?
Is that a leather jacket in your back?
He's banging
Wait,
a
is that
jukebox.
Henry
All of a sudden,
Winkler?
it's playing music.
Exactly.
Sunday,
Henry,
Monday.
Throwback.
I think Henry Winkler's back there too.
See that? Unintentional humor. All right. I am Kemchan, and I am still playing Gorel Nightfoot, who has recently been reunited, and it feels so good.
I knew you were going to say
With,
that. That's why I didn't bother. Yeah.
With his adopted father, Flint Fireforge, who I also play. And I think Jadek's in the mix there somewhere as well.
Jadek will be next week.
Next week, got it.
Or
No,
no,
Jadek.
next week we're not playing. In 2 weeks, Jadek will be back.
2 weeks.
Because
Jadek.
we're protesting next week.
Yeah. They're protesting all
protesting
this
the whole
week, or
rip-roaring
just
fun.
next weekend.
Yeah.
Are we protesting the whole week or just next weekend?
We're gonna play by
Wednesday through
ear.
Sunday, I think.
Okay, gotcha.
And how about
But
Seven?
yeah, that's what I'm doing.
No,
that's
I've
what
already
I'm doing
I've
here.
already moved on from you.
But the people haven't.
That's true.
He has Kemchan has fans. Okay, Kemchan has legit.
yeah.
Star of the show.
And
Yeah.
I mean, if anybody's got
the technical
fans,
term is stalker,
it's gonna be Kemchan.
not fans.
I mean, Gaz, you're right behind him.
Only when the mustache.
Only
is
with the
in play.
mustache, yeah.
Only with
Not
the
as often
mustache.
as I'd like to be.
That's Hi-yo!
Wait a minute, is that Hacksaw Jim Duggan?
That was Ed McMahon. Did Hacksaw Jim Dugan do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
That was
Other
like
than the
his
name, I
signature
don't.
thing.
I don't remember. I was not.
He carried
huge-
a 2x4 some lumber there.
I do
big piece
vaguely
of-
remember that.
It's a big piece of wood.
That's what she
Yes.
said. This is the kind of quality entertainment you get here in a Dying Peanut Butter Group.
We can
here,
edit
folks.
that out, right?
People are like, "Come on, can I change this? Why is my change button not working?"
There's one person out there that's laughing, listening to that. Heard that just loves. That's what she said. Jokes.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait a
Doug,
minute.
Unfortunately, Steve Carell does not listen to the stream that we know of.
get your
That you
office
know of.
fixie- we don't know.
That's what I said. That we know of.
Could be one of our almost 1,000 followers on Spotify. If you'd like to be a sponsor, we'd love to have
Maybe Steve is number 2.
you. You might
Maybe.
be.
I say it. We don't know.
Steve and I on a first name basis.
Now that you would know. So now you've went beyond the realm of we don't know to. So you see how this works?
No.
As long as we keep it in the realm of we don't know, then the hypothetical could or could not be true. So yeah, we're extraordinarily popular somewhere.
Yeah. Plausible deniability.
Yes.
You sound
hear-
like you're about to start explaining our ratings with a math proof,
Uh,
which I'm not opposed to. Honestly.
Everybody else is though.
Do you have a sheet of printer paper you can point to?
Preferably perforated dot matrix.
Please
Yeah,
let
yes.
Cedric talk.
Oh, I'm up.
You're up. We need you to
Mercifully,
bring
God,
this back
yes.
around.
Well, I'm just playing in the poll's second most popular dwarf in the party, Feldspark Eaststoned. Dwarf
That's
Ranger
actually-
with a bone to pick with the Dragon Army.
That's actually Flint.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
There you go.
Now that Flint is in the
Flint,
party
to
with
be
you.
honest.
Is there 3 dwarves in this party now?
There are.
Yep.
Yeah. It's the greatest game ever now.
This
We have as many
And a large
dwarven
human
characters
Now we're
is
playing
a
D&D.
dwarf,
in this
so-
party as throughout the entire book series.
True fact.
Michael,
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm back.
I was ending with you,
Oh, I made it.
giving you were there and you left. It's not that. I was letting you wrap up the introductions, which is an honor on this show. I feel.
It
It
is.
truly
It
is.
I
Yes.
never get to wrap it up.
Yep, we know.
Because it's an
Exactly.
honor. I don't want to bring you up some-
Exactly.
We're aware. Last and certainly least, Michael.
Hey, I'm Michael. I'll be playing, I believe it's Stone Moss this week. He's a something, a Circle of the Stars druid, I think. I think that's who I'm playing. It's not the
Hey.
blue guy. Pretty sure it's Stone Moss.
He's a dwarf wannabe.
No. He's a human from pre-Cataclysm who basically hung around the Elven courts back in the day. Very, very popular and famous and important person. And he'll regale you with stories of the era back then. You see, gather your chairs and gather around and make sure your drinks are filled up because the story
Gather
is
your
quite long and
chairs.
detailed. What?
Well,
Gather your
Stone
chairs. That's a phrase I didn't know people used. Maybe in the Midwest.
I've never heard that before.
All right, everyone, gather your chairs. I am about
They're
to
gonna
Bring your
wanna
straw
hear
bales
this.
closer. Bring your straw bales closer so we can all hear.
By the way, after going through all of the introductions, Bromanard says in chat, I'm a Kemchan fan and I'm also a fond of Gaz's mustache. So yes, we were.
There you go. See, we
got
called it.
There
We
we
got
go.
that right.
See, I know what the fans like.
You do. You're in touch.
He
with
does all the
common
polls.
Man.
Yeah.
He's the one who does all the polls. That's right.
I mean, Kim Chan just won fan favorite, and Gary came in second.
Bromanard, can you? I think you
Oh,
have
no, I believe I came in
privileges
second
to get
for the
rid of
mustache.
that bot.
I'm okay with it. That is a
And why-
fine mustache.
And what do you have against bots anyway? I mean, come
Fucking
on.
hate him, man. I
Bots.
fucking hate
They-
him. You
they
ever see
go to-
iRobot? You ever see
This is
iRobot? I
there's a
did.
robot sitting there crying.
Spoiler
somewhere.
alert, those bots killed the
It's
dog.
getting all rusty.
Oh, hold on. You've not seen the Terminator?
Oh wait, no, that was I Am Legend. Oof, I
Well,
combined
yeah.
two different Will Smith movies, but,
Ugh.
which both were good, but kind of the same plot. So one was AI bots and the other was kind of zombie-like things.
But
Chris
Terminator
Andrew
2,
has subscribed
very good
for 22. This is the 22nd month. Huzzah!
Ah,
Chris
I'm
Andrew
stuck.
Bromanard is not doing his job. Could you please get rid of the bot?
He's too busy celebrating.
Woohoo!
Champagne bottle that lid
Thank
flew
you very
off.
much. And look at this. Chris Andrew cheering 500 bits to the players. Punishment for missing last week. You should only give
Huzzah!
that to 1, 2, 3, 4 characters since Gaz wasn't here either. But
Hey. You already gave it.
right.
anywho,
You can't take it back.
Gaz's mustache was here in spirit.
Gaz's
right.
spirit is all.
It's always
Gaz's
hovering
spirit.
over
I almost said Gaz's spirit is always with our mustaches, but that isn't true. I don't think. Maybe it is. I don't know.
Maybe it is.
I mean, I can't shave mine off, so
good.
Yeah.
You have one, right?
I can't. I mean, Gaz's spirit is in here, and
That's
it's like,
To say I'm the only one without a mustache, like at all, because I look stupid with facial hair.
That's quitter talk, and I won't stand for it.
And I've
That's
seen
right.
pictures.
Antecedently on Dragonlance, the Dragons of the Lance flew into Tem and Busik and were waylaid by some red dragons and a few master dragon rider. They beat the dragons, and the only good thing that happened was Ergrin died.
or did
Oh,
he?
that's right.
Ergrin is dead. The
died.
Was the
body's
last
still...
we saw, wasn't he falling down?
No, the body is still
No.
strapped to...
Oh, the
He's
body
still
is still
strapped to the
strapped.
dragon.
Oh, yeah.
Just keep him strapped there. I think Burke can bring him back.
Whoa. But when... Yeah, it's going to be some time before Burke sees him.
No, Burke is immediately taking off right now.
He's just running.
Pippa is long gone.
Fuck you, Pippa. You're on your own. That's it. That happened last week.
Yes, a big aerial battle. Ergrin bit it, and that's it.
That's
I
it.
can raise dead.
And we beat and we won. That's it. That's all you need to know.
Mission accomplished. At least mission number 1. They are headed to the group, the city of Naraka. Who are you? You're pointing at nobody, by the way, Chuck.
Hands in the air.
Oh, we can't see your hand. That's what it is.
Oh.
There you go.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do we get like a George Bush banner to hang up? Mission accomplished.
Yes. You have it. It's like tailing from the tail of one of the dragons.
Perfect.
That won't be at all conspicuous as you fly in toward
Nope.
Naraka. Naraka, for those of you who don't know, is the center of operations for, well, that's actually kind of sanctioned. But anyway, that's where the temple of the Queen of Darkness, Takesis, is located, and where the dragon armies are amassing for one final attack to take over this fucking place. All
They
of
got like
Elsaland.
streamers and little party hats and those noisemakers, and they're just
They
having
do,
fun.
yeah.
They're just taking over.
They're taking over. Now, we know the Queen Takesis is trying to make her way into the world. We know that the dragon armies are amassing. This group, the Heroes of Legend, as well as the Heroes of the Lance, are tasked to cause as much havoc with... Who's humming?
Sorry. You kept saying making her, when I started humming that song, making your way, and never mind. Go ahead, I'll mute myself.
I really
Making your way.
thought we would do better than last week. I really did. I was wrong. That was my fault for being optimistic.
The Vegas betting odds was under.
Yeah,
You know the song though, making her way in the
Making
world
the way
today takes everything.
you got.
See that one? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So,
All right.
What you were saying, I'm sure it was important.
No.
I didn't even realize I was humming.
Anyway, I will add that there is a time frame for all of this to happen. The end is nigh for the War of the Lands, for good or for ill. And that is where we begin tonight's adventure. It is the day after the heroes of the Lance, including the 2 knights, took off on their hastily disguised silver dragons, heading to Naraka. The merchant caravan, we will say that there are 2 wagons full of wares. We'll let you decide what is in each wagon. Hidden within the wagons are some dragon lances, some footman lances. Those are listed in your Roll 20. If you'd like to be a sponsor, we'd love to have you. Journals under treasure, the treasure folder. So if your character does not have one on their character sheet and you plan on using one, the data for those are in there. You're going to have to manually input them. And for those of you complainers like Kim Chan and Chuck last week went, I gotta do it myself. You can also feel free to drag and drop the Watsy one in there, which is not as powerful. Your choice.
I wasn't complaining. I was actually more impressed with your ability to create such a wonderful.
You were just
item.
mad that I didn't use yours. That's what your that was your reaction.
Yeah, because mine's better.
It could be.
It is. We had a poll.
I created this before. Was that in Tasselov's pouches, right?
Like 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
It was 5 years ago. I created that, and I already had them in my in Roll20, so I just kept it. But if you want to add one into Roll20,
No, I'm good. Back to you, kind sir.
thank you. So anyway, the wagons are ready. You're in your merchant clothing. There are 2 wagons, like I said, so you can decide who's going to go on what wagon. And there are seats on the outside for 2, a rider and a person who rides shotgun. I don't know what you would call that in the Middle Ages.
Crossbow.
Literal, yeah.
Riding crossbow. And there's also obviously some room inside of the wagons as well. And this group consists of Stonemoss, Feldspar, Burke, Flint, Gorell, Vantellis, and Barum Everman, as I like to call him. Otherwise known as Barum the Everman. We did find out, Gary, that Barum has that gem in his chest for trying to steal a gem in Naraka. And when his sister tried to stop him, he became enraged and pushed her away. She tripped and fell, hit her head on a column that had all of these gems and jewels in there, dying. And her blood and the stolen gem created the temple of the Queen of Darkness to rise.
Okay.
So that seems to be, and at least in part, of why the Queen of Darkness is looking for him. You don't know any more than that, and neither does he, on what she plans on doing with him, but he is therefore coming with you to Naraka in case he is able to help stop the Queen from entering.
All right.
Gilthanus comes up to you, since he's closer to you than Lord Gunther, who sent the others on their way, and says, "Well, everything seems to be ready. I wish you all the best of luck. We will be fighting alongside our people of the Qualinesti. But is there anything else that we can do for you here?" I'll take that as a no.
Well,
Just standing around awkwardly, like.
do we tell him we're good, or is that kind of rude?
Should make a simple request to make him feel better.
We could use some of that elven bread. Do you have any?
Oh, sure. It's in my pockets. It's not wrapped. Do you?
That's fine. That's fine.
That's fine.
And he reaches into his pocket, pulls it out, looks at it, pulls a little lint off it, and then hands it to you. And then as he's handing it to you, he says, "Oh, wait," and pulls like a long blonde hair off, and then hands it to you. There you go.
Is his hair blonde?
It is.
Okay, just checking.
I appreciate it, and then I just hand it to Feldspar.
I feed it to the horse.
That was fine elven bread.
Well, Feldspar, where's your manners?
Elven pocket bread is a delicacy not really seen here in this part of the world.
Do you have another?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do reach into his other pocket.
I just handed the Feldspar again.
Straight to the horse.
We're really doing a public service for everybody around here. That bread's terrible.
He thinks about the one in his back pocket and then goes to reach for it and stops, saving it for later.
I can't imagine what you could possibly provide unless you have more knowledge or insights into us for us that will be more to help us.
All we know is that the time is nigh. Expediency is important.
Time is nigh. Would that be Bill time?
What? What's this man talking about?
Oh, but he's speaking of Bill Nye, I believe. Elven Bard from before the Cataclysm.
Very smart guy. Yes.
I've heard of him, but Bill Nye, Elven guy. Yes. No. Last we heard, he perished in the Cataclysm.
Oh, that's too bad. I was hoping to make contact with both him and my friend, but seems like everybody I knew from back in the day died.
I like how you use the word friend, not friends.
Well, I had two friends that were significant in my life, and well, we all know what happened to the one friend, but my other friend, I don't know.
Yes, I'm sure this backstory can be discussed on the road and not here.
Sorry, I wasn't actually paying attention. That's why we keep having this conversation.
And now that you brought it up, oh, the blow was the day.
Which wagon are you riding in?
Yes.
Oh.
He ushers you on to the wagons and slaps the horses behind to get them moving immediately.
I hop on the opposite wagon of Stonemoss.
All right, who is driving the wagons?
Not me.
We need two drivers.
I gotta look at my animal handling skill.
Feldspar can
No.
drive. He's got animal handling if something.
I
comes
mean,
up.
I have really good animal handling, but I have no interest in driving.
I can drive. I mean, two dwarves driving. What could go wrong?
I mean, if you need me to, spell you a
No.
little bit while you rest
You-
your
you-
poor hands, let me
You're in
know.
Feldspar's wagon.
Yes, well, if you need
Yeah, I
me
drew
to
the
spell
short
you
straw.
a little bit
Yeah.
while you rest your poor hands, you let me know and I'll have a conversation with the horse. For you.
All right, so we have Feldspar driving the wagon number 1. We have Burke, is that right? Driving number 2.
Yep.
No, it's wagon 1 and wagon A, to be fair.
Okay.
Nobody wanted to be number 2.
Wagon 1, wagon A.
Yeah.
It sounds like we have Stonemoss Stonemoss and wagon 1. Anybody
Where's
else?
wagon
And, Barham will join wagon 1. He likes all these stories. And
Going
then-
off into a great detail about this one elf who had purchased a gown for a particular ball, and it was a very exquisite. And I'll go into extreme detail into the how that ball went and some of the gossip from that ball of people that
But
no one
not
ever
on stream.
heard of.
This won't happen, dear viewers. I promise.
What wagon 2 is just taking swigs out of a jug for the enticing. to
I'm
join
assuming
wagon
everybody else is in wagon 2. Is that
No, wagon A.
Yeah.
Wagon A.
Exactly.
wagon
Wagon
A?
A,
Sorry,
yes.
wagon A.
Wagon A.
Wagon A is overflowing with people.
Is anybody riding crossbow on any of these wagons?
Maybe I should drive and you should ride crossbow, dwarf. Crossbow seems
Ah.
something a dwarf would do.
He doesn't even know your name.
You
Kinda
insist.
rude.
Hippie? Oh,
That's the nicest thing actually Stonemoss has said.
Dwarf.
Yeah. It's just how he said it was the problem. All right, so
We thought of your name for a bit, and he's like, I got nothing.
I know, and it's
One of them's Burke.
No,
and
I've
the other
heard
one's
this
got to be
before.
dwarf.
Well, one of them's Burke, one of them's Feldspar, but I don't know which is which because I don't know how to ask or really get to know them.
I met him at the same time, and I didn't.
I met them at the same exact time. And I heard both names at the same time. I never really did figure out who belonged to which one. So,
All right, you take the reins. I'll ride shotgun.
All right,
Or crossbow, as the case may be.
Anybody riding crossbow on wagon A?
I don't use a crossbow.
Sure, Van Talis will.
Okay. Got that set. As everything is getting set up, Flint will go up to Burke and say, I know you're hell-bent on getting to Dargard Keith, lad. However, time
Aye.
is of the essence.
Aye.
If what Gorel here says, and he gestures over at Gorel, is true, and
Gorel's just snoring in the back of the.
yeah, you guys haven't even left yet. And Kurlithlan is alive and captured, as well as Lorana. Then logic dictates that Pippa is with them. You know Kurlithlan. Well, you've met him, certainly.
Well, yes. I thought you meant in the biblical sense.
Oh, no. I know he always wanted it, though, and he was very disappointed every time you'd ever put out. It's a shame. I hope, for both of your sakes, he is still alive. So you can try it, just to see if you like it. I hear
Is
he's
it on the
very
way?
good. Yes. The rumor of his exploits has traveled far and wide.
You see Feldspar's wagon just veer off the road.
Very popular with the ladies and some of the gents.
I understand. We'll get him soon.
I also, upon thinking about this, feel like if they were with Lord Soth, which it sounds like they were based on what you saw through the mage's or the druid's rodent, and they're with Lord Soth, if Kitiara is also in fact in league with the Death Knight, which I do know that the Death Knight is, has a certain relationship with the Blue Lady. I have a hard time coming to grips with the fact that the Blue Lady and Kitiara are one and the same. But I also believe this snoring bastard over here that she is. It stands to reason that Lord Soth won't be far behind. Now, and I'm sorry to have to say this, but there must be a reason that they took Pippa, and she didn't find the same fate as your wife and son.
I've been thinking about that. Do you think she's been one of those that's been blessed? Touched by reorcs? Needed for some sacrifice?
Sacrifice? No. But I believe that she plays some part in the bigger scheme of things. Just like somehow we do. Somehow Kurlithlan and Lorana do.
We will find her.
Aye, lad.
Reorcs will guide us.
Aye.
He won't screw up twice.
No. Just think, one day, After we're done with all of this, and our heroes far and wide, not just a name from these stupid knights like they've given us, but indeed, well, we'll return to the warmth of Rayarx's anvil, and we will see them again.
Aye, we will.
Until
Till
then,
then, I'm taking as many of these bastards with me as I can.
you beat me to it, lad. And then he gives you the predator handshake.
As I'm driving the horses.
What? You turn off turn off the road, crash into a tree. We're gonna need to get on that other wagon. This one's already broken a wheel.
Before we leave, I actually wanted to do something, but
Well, you had an opportunity. Okay, sure. We'll retcon. What would you like to have done?
Tomas, just go
He
back in camp.
I specifically said Gildan is over.
oh, I missed it, I guess. But I basically just wanted to cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
Bring both of the horses or both of the wagon's horses together,
Sure.
and basically say, I trust all of you horses here. I mean, we'll hold the reins, but if there's danger, your instincts in that case, we're going to trust that because we're going to be busy probably trying to fight off the danger. So we're going to trust your instincts to get us in the danger, get us to safety, or huddle together so that we can and basically talk a little bit of strategy with them a little bit and say we're truly.
That's so
truly-
nice of you to say, to give us such confidence.
Well, we do truly try. You are the horses that they chose for this mission, so we can't overlook that. We know your value.
Do you hear that, Jerry? Yes, I heard it. It's very exciting.
So yes. So as we continue along, I might not always be able to understand what you're saying, but I want you to understand that our intention is to see a big success and beat this dragon army, and we need everybody's help, and that includes you guys.
You got it.
Why is he neighing at the horses?
I don't know, but did he just good game that horse?
I thought for sure, too, you were going to say, I may not always understand your words, but I'll always understand what's in your heart.
Yeah, no. They're not that close yet.
And then we have Faith of the Heart start playing in the background.
All right.
No, basically just trying to get the confidence of these horses and know that they are valued and important parts of the team.
Sure. Interestingly, you've never treated any of your dwarven, human, or elven companions this way.
Right. That would be, I don't see a disconnect here at all.
Chris Andrew in chat says, ironically, among the wares, the party finds a large gold sail made from the wings of a gold dragon.
Those are common, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, stitched into it is Alphatian was WUZ here. All right, so you guys head off toward Tamin Busick. In the spirit of expediency, it's a pretty uneventful trip. It's going to take you probably close to a week. But you reach the city outskirts of Jellic, which is, I will move you guys over there.
Just can't handle this new map of yours.
It's pretty cool, right? You can read it. It's not squished or stretched out. I forget which one the other one was. And it has little icons. You know what? I should put the battle overlay on there so everyone here at home watching can see it. Look at this. We can see where the heroes of the Lance are, where the heroes of Legend are, Naraka, Dargard Keep, the Whitestone armies. Excuse me. The Whitestone armies are also slowly making their way. Whoops, I just moved them east. They're
Well, that's
just
the problem. Is they're going the wrong way.
they're going the wrong direction. So good luck. You're going to really need to slow down the dragon armies if the Whitestone army is ever going to catch up. So anyway, you do see that this is a heavily occupied city from far away as you're riding through. You've over the days, I mean, you've seen obviously a number of Dragon Army forces, most of which moving toward the same direction that you are, toward Naraka. There are some smaller parties moving in opposite directions, but for the most part, everyone is moving toward Naraka. You've been stopped here or there, but not too often, as there are, and you've seen, and you've actually sort of been able to hitch on to the back of a larger caravan of merchants, providing all sorts of goods and wares. So you fit in pretty well. I'm assuming Vantellis has his hood up over his head
Yes.
because they fucking hate elves. In the dwarven, well, I guess there's dwarves on every caravan, but there are, there's a lot of, they've been able to get dwarven, wares as well, so it's not as weird that there are so many dwarves with you, and it looks like the others, are more of the muscle, as you guys are, the dwarves are the ones who are running the wagons themselves.
I do my best to look completely harmless. Kind of a little bit frumpy, slouched in the wagon seat, just,
Okay.
not a down on his luck human that got this job driving a wagon and is probably grateful for it.
Okay.
So Stonemoss looks normal.
Well, I let I don't cast mending every day, so
You're just casting it in your sleep now.
right.
But again, in this town, you do see the dark banners of the dragon armies. There's a checkpoint that the caravan is going through. Again, your wagons are toward the back. So you're able to see that they're not only stopping the wagons as the caravan is driving past, but they're also looking within the wagons as well. It does. Well, roll me your perception check, everybody.
Well,
25 for Feldspar.
Vantellis is really not paying attention. Just kind of like.
Where'd character sheet go? There it is.
What a beautiful gray day.
Gorell rolled a 3.
Yeah.
I think he's still asleep in the back.
Yeah, Gorell's still on the back sleeping.
For a week, he
Yeah,
hasn't woken up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gorell sleeps more than my cat. So Stone Moss.
But purrs just as loud.
Yeah. Stone Moss, Burke, and Feldspar. You notice that they're kind of giving a cursory look. But actually all of you, because you're both about 20, it does seem like maybe there's some steel exchanging hands as well.
Did anybody bring any money?
I've got this. I've got this.
All right. Eventually, they make their way. Unless there's any preparations you want to do before.
Could we have ascertained from some of the other people in the caravan? We're not supposed to have any sort of paperwork or anything, are we?
Not necessarily, at least at this point. There'll be, once you get to Naraka, it sounds like that's where, they'll do a more thorough evaluation of what you're bringing in, whether it's worthwhile or not, and then they'll give you specific paperwork to bring into the city that shows that you're allowed to be there, and that you're registered as merchants. But for right now, nothing really for this city necessarily.
So who's got the bribe?
I've got it.
All right, so the and they are hobgoblins that are the ones who are checking things here outside of Jellic. And there's like 4 of them. They get to the wagon 1 first.
Nothing but the finest dwarven potatoes in here.
Huh. We're gonna need to take a look.
Certainly, good man.
I ain't no man.
That's a figure of speech. Neither am I.
Fair enough. Nods at you. They walk along sort of checking underneath the wagon. Again, cursory look. Head around toward the back. Looks at the guy in charge, or seemingly in charge, looks over at Burke on the other wagon and says,
They're with us.
You part of the same group?
Yeah.
Hey, lad.
We're going to need to check in your wagon as well, this one first. No contraband in here, I trust.
No contraband. I pull a coin purse out of my pocket.
And he walks over to you.
Thursday afternoon, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's very dry here.
Pull out the flask, a little cup, and form a little drink out of Dugan's flask.
He
Put the
takes
cup down.
This is very strong dwarven spirits, by the way. Yeah, he gives it a sniff and perks him up quite a bit. Takes a drink and smooth.
No contraband this wagon. Here's a few a little something for your troubles, and I hand him the coin purse.
He opens it up. How much is inside?
7 steel.
7 steel. All right, that's pretty good. He nods at you. Open the doors, lads, and the 2 that are hobgoblins that are with him open up the back door. They see Barum in there. And Barum looks very nervous. And he looks over at you. Humans roll?
What did you say?
What's the humans roll?
Him?
Yeah.
He's the. We let's call him the camp bitch.
He's the cart right. He fixes the carts.
He doesn't fix. He sets up the camp for us.
He does both.
He's a lackey to go for.
All right. Gives him a good look over.
It's the guy in the. I point back to Gorell. It's his brother.
You can't see him because Gorell's in the other thing. You're looking. The only one I believe in that cart is 1, 2, 3. Is Barum.
Oh yeah, Stonemoss too, don't you?
No,
He's driving.
Stonemoss is
He's
driving.
What? You need something back there?
He says, "Does anybody speak Goblin?"
Check.
Burke says yes.
All right, good. Burke would be the best one to hear this too.
Oh wait, so does Feldspar.
He says, looks familiar, doesn't he? And the other's looking and says, I don't know. Well, I don't think I've seen him before, but all humans look alike to me. And he looks at him again and says, yeah. Looks old and weak, probably harmless. Let's move it along. Closes the doors. Walks around to the other side, opens it up, sees Flint, Gorell, and anybody else in there? I guess not. Flint and Gorell. Looks in here. Turns to Gorell, says, "What's in the crates?"
Oh, is Gorell there? Gorell awake? Okay.
I don't know. You tell me.
No, Gorell is just kind of half asleep, leaning there.
Turns to Flint. Wake him up.
Flint is like, oh, you don't want me to wake him now. He's just here to do stuff. If you wake him up here, he's gonna like start putting stuff together. And no, you don't want to do that.
What's in the crates? Says to Flint.
The stuff to put together for the booths and to sell stuff.
Huh. That's it? All
That's
the wares
it.
in the other truck? The other wagon?
That's right.
Some of our personal, belongings, our camp gear, clothes.
Huh. All right. Move along. Closes the doors. As you move your way toward Jellic, I have a little box text for you. A squalid gray town stands on the dusty plain. Muddy roads run into the town like worn-out arteries. As you continue into the town, basically they're going to make you park the wagons outside of town for a price. They will watch them, or you can keep somebody behind or somebody's behind to keep an eye on them. A lot of draconians here. K-Pax, mostly. So some of those skinnier ones. You do see some Civacs. You see some hobgoblins. Some humans. Although you notice that most of the humans there don't really seem like they're part of the dragon armies. They seem more like villagers, probably, that lived there prior to the dragon armies taking over. It is getting late in the day here. You've been traveling for a long time.
How much to watch the carts?
I'll stay with the cart.
How much to watch?
4 steel for the both of them.
4 steel. There's 5.
All right. It is a K-Pack Draconian.
Keep an eye on them.
Flint says, you want Barum and I to stay here as well? Since we are the NPCs?
I think it's best to keep who out of eyesight.
Exactly. Keep him in the wagon.
Who'd be better to guard him?
Well, that's where I
If
come
only Ergrid were here.
Since Urgrid's
I'm
not
sure
here,
he's doing just fine with the others.
He does seem like a plucky sword who can really take care of himself.
He left his lucky lighter over here, though. I'm a little worried about this.
No, I can't imagine. I don't believe in luck. I can't imagine anything happening to him. Well,
Since
he's a
he's-
hero through and through.
But since he's not here,
There.
you're the next best man for the dwarf for the job.
All right. So I'll stay here with Barum, keep an eye on him and our wares. Because he does remember that there are some hidden dragon lances and dragon army mercenary uniforms hidden in false bottoms of crates and stuff like that. So
That's why I went overboard on the bribe.
yeah, but even so, Flynn doesn't trust him.
Well, no, that's why I'm. The better off keep the wagon safe.
And keep us from having to remember that there are NPCs among us.
Yep. Should we venture into town and see what's the news?
I think he's talking to you guys.
Nothing like a good
okay, great.
tavern
Yeah, that'd be
rumor.
fantastic.
Fantastic,
I
says
suppose
Vantellis.
we should do something like that.
Yeah, me too. This will be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I've muted
Vantalis
him.
thinks it's going to be a blast.
Yeah.
Or your idea, fun, and mine have not.
I've never seen
coincided.
Vantellis so animated.
I muted you, Gary. He's on the phone for those of you listening at home. I'm assuming he got a part in his Neil Simon play that he auditioned for, or at least a callback.
Oh, seriously, that's awesome.
Yes. It's all the mustache.
100%.
The mustache got cast in a Neil Simon play.
Well, he's not crying or anything yet, so it's good news.
He did say it would be fun. So anyway, but we can. I muted him so we can
there's a
continue without that.
Oh, I'm just waiting for some more plots here. We were going into town, but the town seems not to get any closer as we're walking.
Sure. Where? Yeah. So you head into town again. A lot of draconians. There, it's the same type of town as anywhere else. You've got there's probably an inn somewhere. There are some shops. Again, it's overrun with Dragon Army forces, but there are villagers that are clearly not part of this. Most of them kind of scurry away, as you approach, or at least keep their head down and try not to make eye contact.
Is it business hours? Are the shops open?
It's getting late, but there are some shops still open, sure.
Are you looking to buy something, Feldspar?
No, just
Souvenir shirt.
yeah. Just we should swing into a shop or two and just
Why,
get a word with some locals is all.
That's fine. I could use some more arrows myself. Maybe check out some of the wares. Replenish our own wares. As good
Maybe get us some
merchants do.
cheese. A nice treat.
Jellic
wow.
has been known for their cheese. Good old Jellic Jarlsberg. Jarlsberg, is that a cheese?
I believe Stonemoss is a cheesemonger, so we should be fine.
Cheesemonger. I know not the first thing about. Well, I know how to enjoy cheese when paired with various wines.
I've never even seen cheese.
That's
So
what
you-
you're referring to.
So yes, you would be a cheesemonger then.
I don't know that I
You like to mange cheese.
very well.
Gary, you're muted still. I muted you. while
Yes,
you were-
I am. That's just a cheese eater.
Yeah, that's
If he likes to
Right.
munge the cheese, that's not a cheesemonger.
yeah, that's a cheese manja. Did you get a part in your play, Gary? Is that what?
Yeah, I did. Sorry, that was what that was about.
Yay!
Congratulations. Very
Thank
nice.
you.
Huzzah! Oh,
I'll be playing Billy in Neil Simon's London Suite this June at the Dolphin Theatre in Auckland.
If anybody
There you
happens
go.
to be in New Zealand, you have
buy your
something to-
tickets now.
Mm-hmm.
See the stash in person.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
On sale soon.
Dash live on stage.
Live
For-
on stage, Gary's.
And if you tell him you're from the stream, he might give you the time of day. As long as you're not
Yes.
too creepy.
Otherwise, I'm going to be like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah, he's like, get the fuck out of my face. He's like a young Alec Baldwin in person. He's like,
That is how I deal with most of my adoring fans.
yeah.
Yes. Yes.
That's why you came in number 2 in the fan poll.
It's fair.
He's like Ash in Army of Darkness. Okay, all right, okay. Get the fuck out of my face. Go. It's like, you primitive screwheads. All right. So, all right. You look for a cheesery. There's one right next to the butcher shop.
You wander inside.
Oh, hello. Old woman behind the counter.
Old woman behind the counter? Are we in a Pearl Jam song?
Oh boy.
There would be more, it would be if this was a Pearl Jam song. It would be old woman behind a counter selling manja cheese for quarters apiece.
We're
right.
here to discuss your cheese.
Stinkier the better.
Ooh, you want to talk about cheese? Most people just come in here to eat the cheese. You want to discuss it?
Well,
I
you
love
just-
talking about cheese. Ever since the dragon armies came and took over, no one wants to talk about cheese here.
How about we cut the cheese and begin to discuss it?
Oh, you're delightful! Delightful! Oh,
Somebody
you
had to
must-
give the joke and just.
That's what a cheesemonger would do.
Oh, he doesn't
yes.
look like a cheese. I'm a cheesemonger. He looks like a cheese manja.
The Mangier.
Yeah, I don't know what you people are trying to do here, but
Listen, since we're all cheese fans here, mind if we ask you a few questions about the Dragon Army?
Oh, yes, they're terrible.
And is this a free sample?
Oh,
and do you have one of those triangle cheese hats that they used to wear back in the day?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we do. One steal a piece.
Oh, Packers fans.
Well, now that Aaron Rodgers is no longer on the team, I feel like we can root for them.
It's a 5 steal. Slap it down.
All right, so
Everybody's
everybody has
getting
a cheese hat.
All right. Cheese hats.
Now we look like locals or tourists.
Hey, these could be useful for disguises later. Who knows?
Or at least lunch.
Yeah.
I assume they're made of real cheese.
This is turning into a Curse of Monkey Island episode here. It's not.
It's okay.
That's a step up over last week's.
That's true. We're already doing better than last week.
Step up over most weeks.
Back and better than ever, guys. Well, what do you want to know about the cheese? Oh, I'm sorry, the dragon armies.
Well, we're interested in both. But yeah, you know,
We have
who's
Swiss,
in charge around here?
Asiago, White American. That's just for
Do the
that's for,
do the dragon armies
for the more
frequent here?
conservative among you.
America. I'd never heard of it.
Yes, I'm sorry. What were you saying, Mr. Dwarf?
Do the dragon armies? Do they frequent here?
The cheese shop, you mean?
Yes.
No, not too often. Some of the goblins and hobgoblins do, but I believe that at least this is my theory, because I've never seen one of those lizard-like guys coming and going, that maybe they're lactose intolerant.
Maybe I
That's
should
how you
stock
can
up
tell
on
they're
cheese.
evil.
By the way, this is now canon. Chuck, if you could put this on the Dragonlance wiki.
I'll be adding this into something.
Let's make put it into the third edition of Tasselov's Pouches of Everything, which you can now find in the DM's Guild, that draconians are in fact lactose intolerant.
Perfect. We'll work that in.
Yeah.
See if I can slip it past somebody.
I mean, let's be honest. You ever seen a lizard eat a piece of cheese? A snake? Even a turtle? I know they're amphibians, but still close part of the family. No?
Not a one.
Yeah, see? Gary knows all about fucking lizards. I mean, wait, the way that...
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Hey.
Wait a minute. I
Yeah,
said that.
I did grow up in South Florida, but
Those
There's a
lizards
reason
were
why
wink.
he lives New
Those
Zealand
lizards
now.
were way too small.
right.
That was before the iguana
There are no lizards here.
infestation.
A lot of sheep.
Legally, I have to. I'm sorry. I'll just leave.
Just
Due to the restraining orders.
Yeah. That's why he had to move to New Zealand.
now he just hangs out the Lord of the Rings tourist.
Yeah. Where it's okay and in fact encouraged to fuck lizards.
Again, we have no big lizards.
I'm not saying they're big.
That's right. All the big lizards are here in Thailand.
Yeah.
You're in the wrong spot, Gary.
Yeah, and they'll fuck
Okay.
you if given a chance. Anyway, I digress. What?
What?
Basically, we just want to know how the town folk are faring and
Oh.
who's in charge around here. Is there anything we can do to
Well,
help?
We're faring very poorly. We're overrun by the armies of the dragons.
I mean, I told you they weren't doing well. That's why I bought the cheese heads.
Thank you. Yes, they don't
Support-
pay for
support
anything
local.
around here. Although, hey, come closer. Come closer. She leads it. Her breath reeks of cheese.
Bellsmart, back up a little bit.
And she says, "Are you not friendly with the dragon armies?"
We're just...
We're simple merchants. Wink.
Yes.
She winks back.
We're
I'd say wink.
traveling.
She winks the other eye.
I don't think you'll need a room tonight there. Bellsmart.
Gorell has quietly
Going very well for.
Gorell has quietly found an open wheel of cheese and just started eating it in the corner. Of
And every time you take a bite, she marks off something on a piece of paper.
I'm sure whatever you are about to say.
One eye
will be
is
in
winking at Feldspar, the other staring directly at you. Well, there is maybe someone you could talk to here, although most people fear for their lives, and as much as they don't like the dragon armies, won't speak out against them. You understand, of course, they're very dangerous.
Aye.
The Butcher.
Have a
Darylin
blade.
Subin.
What was the name again?
Is that his
Darylin
name or address?
Subin. No, that's his name. The butcher shop is right next door. You probably passed it coming in.
Oh, I
We
thought that was
did.
like his cool nickname. He was the Butcher.
No,
He gets the ring. He's got an apron on. He's stomping around the.
no, this is not a Guy
wrestling
Ritchie
ring.
movie. He's just a butcher.
Oh, all right. How droll.
Sorry to disappoint you.
So Jason
Gorell
Statham's
heard
not in this,
Butcher.
right?
No.
Gorell heard Butcher and put the cheese down and quietly made his way out the door.
By the way, you owe 6 silver for the cheese he was manging.
And then
Go back there.
he just points over at the doors. They'll take care of it.
I don't even know how he heard me. He was already out the door, came back in, and left again.
How much for the
Amazing.
whole? How much for the wheel?
The wheel.
Yeah,
Oh,
what that he was eating off from?
Yes, well, I'll give it to you for, well, yeah, I was going to say 10 silver, but that's about a steel piece, so we'll say a steel piece.
Slide of steel. Can we get that wrapped up?
Oh, of course, of course. She will wrap it.
This
She'll add
Gorell
some.
later.
She'll add some crackers in there as well. Triscuits.
If you'd like to be a sponsor.
We'd love to have you. Yeah, just a box of Triscuits. I keep these in the cellar.
I appreciate it.
Because while the Draconians can't eat the cheese because of their lactose issues, well, they love themselves some Triscuits, TM. So you can also put that in the wiki.
I'll add it. I'll get it in there.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll go talk to the butcher then. Wink.
She winks at you again.
You guys need 10 minutes?
No, we're done.
I only
winking.
need 5.
We'll meet you at the butcher shop then.
That's it. I'm going to the back seat of my car with my wife, and I won't be back for 10 minutes. Anybody? Anybody? Simpsons? Okay.
Oh. It's a lot of years of Simpsons I haven't seen. A lot of years I have seen. A lot of years I haven't seen.
My daughter is trying to watch every single Simpsons episode now.
Wow.
She's on season like 20-something. She's got...
Oh, wow.
So she's already surpassed me. I don't think I made it past like 15. I don't remember how far that went, though. Maybe 12? I don't know. Gary and I were part of a 24-hour Simpsons marathon back in the day.
Yeah, but back in the day, never missed an episode,
Those are
probably
great back
until
then.
maybe season...
That's what I'm
12
trying
or
to figure
13.
out. It's somewhere right
Yeah,
around there. Right?
like everything started falling off after about season 10 for sure, but I
Yeah.
think I held on for a couple more seasons of actually watching every episode.
Yeah.
And then I don't think I've seen an episode at all in the last
No.
5 or 6 years. at
5 or
least.
6. It's been longer than that for me by far.
I feel like I might have seen,
They're-
my memory's horrible. So
Yeah, you
five
don't
five
know.
years ago, I might have seen a Simpsons episode.
You
I
have
just don't
no
remember it.
idea. 5 years, you're like a dog. 5 years for you. That could be 5 minutes or 20 years. There's no way for you to notice.
It's a good way to encourage living in the present.
That's you know what? That's a good way
There
of
you go.
looking at it,
That's it.
and a
That's
good
a good
way
excuse,
of living.
anyway.
And a good excuse.
Now.
Yeah. All right, so you head to the butcher's.
Yep.
You never even asked this woman's name.
Thought her name was Cheesemonger.
No.
What's your name, by the way?
The Dame Fromage. That's her name.
My name is Madame Fromage. My friends
Makes
call me.
Feldspar.
My friends call me Cheesy.
Feldspar may want a charcuterie board later from you.
Well, you need to get the meats from the butcher. I only serve the cheeses.
Oh man, they are just flirting with each other hard.
Feldspar brings his own
Charcuterie
meat.
board, meats.
Wow,
Oh, boy.
Feldspar bringing the meat.
Burke's my wingman.
All right.
That should be on a T-shirt. Perks my wingman.
There we go, merchandise.
Yeah, we've got our second. Oh, I forget what we had a Gorell shirt too. I forget what the saying was.
Oh, I don't know.
I have to go back and listen to it and find it.
Yeah.
Battle, maybe.
No, it was something weirder.
Something much weirder.
I don't know. I think a shirt of Gorell throwing the
sword.
his sword
The
while
Vorpal
shouting
sword.
battle.
Yeah,
is
that
a
would
good
be
one.
I would wear
classic.
that shirt.
That is a guy. would wear
Vorpal
that
sword
too.
parentheses throne. Yeah.
That is.
Yes.
Yeah.
A little stat block next to it with an arrow so you know what it is.
That's really funny. Well, we gotta make these. All right, so you head over to write in chat if
Butcher.
you would be interested in some Dragonlance Chronicles non-official merch through Atomic Peanut Butter Group. All right, so you head to the butcher.
Yes, sir.
Where you find Gorell already there. Just
Racking
chomping
up
on,
more
like-
more debt.
That's right. Just
Gorell,
chomping on some meat.
I brought you a present.
And Darylin is just standing behind the counter looking horrified at Corell as you guys enter, just eating like a piece of sausage that was just hanging from the ceiling.
Right off the
Didn't
string.
even
And
take
yeah,
it
he
down from
says-
the ceiling. He's eating. He's
He
eating
didn't
it like
even-
an animal eating from the tree. Just.
There's like that the netting like the of with, like
Yeah.
string on it. He's like he's just eating the string, all of it at once. He hasn't stopped.
Amazing.
He is with you, I presume.
Never seen him before.
Oh my goodness! Could you please help me get him out of my store then?
We will do that. Kind sir, stop what you're doing.
I'm just looking horrified at this man eating all of the sausage and string.
Don't worry, we'll pay for him.
Hold on. I start putting pieces of cheese out the door. leading him away.
Ooh,
piece of
jeez.
Takes it.
Oh
Ooh,
man,
piece of
those
cheese.
strings are going to be hell to extract later.
Yeah.
Felspar, you got this one.
Yeah, you're doing the hard work. We were just speaking to Madame Fromage next door.
Oh, cheesy, yes.
Yeah. Well, oh, you call her cheesy.
Yes, well, we've known each other for a very long time.
Well, don't brag. I know her too.
Easy, buddy. Easy. We all know her. It's fine.
Everybody knows her. Wink.
No, she said you might have some information for us about, the local infestation.
Well,
Wink.
I
And
don't know
said-
what I can tell you. They took over weeks, months now. Ran out most of the villages and or killed them. They kept those that were useful for them. People like me, meat slingers, as I like to call myself.
I told you about the bragging.
All right, you got an
Just slinging
inspiration
the meat
point
all
for
over
those
town.
jokes. Write it down on your character sheet. You can use it for any of your characters. Yeah, he is wearing nothing but like a banana hammock,
Just an apron.
and of course an apron covered in like
apron,
the
right.
blood.
Are
from
we talking
butchering in
about
the back.
Feldspar?
I mean, maybe, but that's up to Sedge. I was talking.
No.
about-
He's
He's
Feldspar,
got a handful
not an
of beef tallow that he's just
expert.
kind of, brushing on himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing they took this town over, really. I don't like towns full of characters. What? So what can I do for you exactly?
But we just want to help,
Well, I don't know there's much you can do, and truth be told, the people here are so downtrodden, and well, they've given up. I've been helping some prisoners escape as they've brought them through here on their way to Naraka, but it's very dangerous, very dangerous work.
Freeing prisoners is our speciality.
Oh, really? Yes, it's mine too. I'm not just a meat slinger. I'm a prisoner.
Freedom slinger.
Well, that's good. Yes, that's good. But yes, I wish I could do more for you here. You seem like you're on your own and not prisoners. But I'd
We're
certainly be careful asking
merchants,
around too
wink.
much in this city, because the other citizens are really worried and afraid for their lives and the lives of not of their families, those that are still alive, and may rat you out. I've rendered you speechless.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I
Well,
was rather hoping for some sort of quest.
oh, you want a quest? Well, I can give you the name of somebody in Naraka, a counterpart of mine.
Now we're talking.
Now
Goes-
I'm listening.
Go. Oh, I didn't
Oh
even
my
see
God.
you there. Look at that. My goodness. It almost gave me a heart attack. I do
Who
eat
does
nothing
that?
but meat. My cholesterol's through the roof. Be very
I
careful.
thought the carnivore diet was good for you this week. Can never keep up.
Not here. Not here. Not with my meat. Nothing but fat. A lot of fatty meats.
Guaranteed.
Yes, it's It's a person, goes by the name Maelstrom. What I can tell you is that Maelstrom works at the Red Inner City. You should probably write this down, somebody.
So this person is a butcher as well?
No, it's a freedom
You
fighter.
said it was your counterpart in
Oh, I meant as far as
like,
freeing
I get it.
prisoners,
Okay,
that
yeah.
part. But truth be told, I don't know what that profession is.
Is there some sort of code word we should give this person to, signify that we're on the up and up?
Yes.
Something like that?
You just say, so, I understand. Darylin Subin slings sausage.
I don't know if I can say that.
How about show me your bulge?
No, that's weird. That's very sexual.
That would be true.
That's very overtly sexual. And Maelstrom might take offense to that as somebody who does it that they don't know. But then again, well, maybe they like that sort of thing. I don't know.
Might.
But I wouldn't necessarily just bet on that outright. But who am I to tell you what to
You
do?
throw a little wink at him, and
Who am I to tell you what to do?
And just to review my mental notes here, you said the Red Inner City
The Red Inner City.
of Naraka.
I can. I can also. Yes, in Naraka, I can help you with the layout of the city, if you'd like.
Oh, that'd be lovely.
Yes. Yeah.
We'll even pay for that sausage Gorel ate.
Oh, we can just take it. He be pulling that string out of his anus for days.
We'll make Flint do that.
Yes, it's weird. He just ate like that. You should cut that off first.
It's not the first time Flint's done that.
Yikes. Oh, memories
This
of
happened
a
before.
childhood. Reading these books. Flint pulling sausage string out of Tennis Half-Elven's ass.
I'm not putting that in the wiki.
Put that in the wiki!
It's canon.
In this alternate universe, Tess went back in time.
Alternate.
I've got some box text if you're ready.
Please.
It's a good palate cleanser for our normal conversations. Darylin glances about, then quickly squats down, his finger rapidly tracing in the dirt as he speaks, because his butcher shop's floor is just dirt. This is not a well-run establishment. You probably shouldn't eat the meat here. The city is surrounded by a wall, with the main gate on the north and the lesser gates leading to various sections of the city. City is divided into 5 sections, one for each dragon army. The white and the black sections are to the northwest, the northeast of the city, respectively. Let's say that again with using the correct punctuation. The white and the black sections are to the northwest and northeast of the city, respectively. The green section is in the southwest. The red section is on the south. This is a section of Ariakas. You've heard of him? Yes?
No, the head honcho.
That's the one. The Emperor. Although he seems to have abandoned his place in favor of the temple. The blue section is to the southeast between the black and red sections. A lesser gate leads into each color section. But both the main gate and the lesser gates are heavily guarded at all times, and access is strictly controlled. The main avenue, beyond the Queen's Gate, spirals in toward the temple at the center of the city. This avenue is crossed by gates between each city's sections. Thus, an invading army must either break through the outer walls, or pass through a series of gates. It is a death maze. The outer city is also divided into sections, but it is not as strictly controlled. The Hair of the Troll Tavern is located on the green outer city. Darrenlin quickly stands and wipes away his tracing with his booted foot. It is there, he says, you could find Maelstrom. Any
I hope
questions?
someone was taking notes because I didn't.
I wrote some of that
retain
down.
Any of that.
Yes, well, you can watch, by the way, previous versions of this show by going to YouTube/Atomic Peanut Butter Group and going to the DragonLance. What do they call that
Nexus?
folder? Well, no, you're not
Thingy?
going to find this anywhere here on the DragonLance Nexus.
Actually, it is on the wiki.
Oh, we are on the wiki. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is a link there. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
that was a while ago that we were put on there.
You're canon.
We are canon. Thank you.
Yes, our alternate universe here is lovely canon. To it.
Well, that's no. We're just the stream itself is listed there. We've proven that we exist.
There you go.
He also may have some rumors if anybody wants to roll a 1d4.
I can do it. I can do it. Come on. 3.
Oh, that's a lot of rumors. I can't even find the rumor table. Why don't you just tell me what you'd like to know?
I rolled a 3.
Why don't you just tell me 3 things you'd like to know? Yeah, forget about those rumors things. There are no rumors anywhere in this thing.
How often do the prisoners come through and where from?
Oh, well, there's not a strict schedule. However, they're usually coming from either the north in Solamnia, or through the east from the Heartland province, and they're coming right through here on their way to Naraka.
Where are they going, Naraka?
That I don't know. Maelstrom might be able to tell you more about that.
Any elves?
You ever?
At the Hair of the Troll Tavern, you can find him. Hair of the Troll Tavern.
That's
I
one
say.
of the parts
Yeah.
I managed to write down.
You ever see a dwarven girl come through as a prisoner?
Huh. Dwarven girl. With an elf maiden and what I would imagine would be a half-elf, just based on the scruff of beard that's starting to grow. No elf.
Aye.
No elf in the Kryn can grow a beard.
Aye.
And then he scratches his beard. You can see it's all like patchy and like pretty poor, like as if he can barely grow one himself. But yes, as a matter of fact, I did. Thought it was a weird group.
And they went to Naraka?
They were heading in that direction, yes. I would have tried to save them. However, they were in the presence of a very scary fellow. A very scary fellow indeed. Black armor.
We know the one.
Yes.
Yes.
Black rose blazoned upon it. Charred, I'd say, more than emblazoned. Eyes like 2 red eyes.
Got away with words.
I'm not one for
Butcher.
words. I'm a butcher.
Fiery red eyes, you mean?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Very
Soft.
fiery.
He's a death knight.
Oh, no wonder he was so scary. I piddled myself a little, don't mind saying.
In
Oh,
that
nice.
outfit?
No, that's what happened to my pants. They're in the dry cleaner.
How
I
many
tried.
days ago?
Then I tried to dry it off with the hem of my shirt. That wasn't enough, so I then used the arms of the shirt, and then I needed to bring that to the dry cleaner as well.
This explains a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That just, yes. They passed by recently. Takes a few days for the dry cleaner to get your clothes back. I only own one set myself.
Well, you've been very helpful. Burke, pay the man.
Throw 2 steel on the counter.
Aye, thank you. This will go
Do
a
you
long...
sell hats here?
Yes, as a matter of fact.
They're made-
I'm sorry, what?
I couldn't get it out.
Take two.
They're made of salami, right?
Yeah. But they're like those, those like arrow things that you put on, so it looks like the arrow's going through like your head. That's like the sausage, because like the sausage on either side, as if it's going through your ears.
Yeah.
He says,
We'll take 2.
"You sure? I have plenty in the back. No one's ever bought them before.
How much?
Oh, they're on the house.
We'll take 7 then.
There you go." Please. I will say, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I'd recommend getting out of town very quickly, though. This place is dangerous.
Yes, I think we need to move on.
And there are many here who would betray you.
I believe it. Thank you, friend.
Yes, my pleasure. I'd say Godspeed, but I don't. The gods left us 300 years
You'd be
ago.
surprised.
Would I? Look at this city, overrun by Dragonami forces. Me, forced to
saying.
work in nothing but an apron and a banana hammock because I don't have more than one pair of pants and a clean shirt.
But you pull it off very
Bring
well.
them to the dry cleaners. It's going to take them 5 business days. 5 business days, you say? If there are gods out there, well, then I tell you I don't believe in them, because if so, I'd get it back in 2 business days. At most.
I'm just
I'm
saying
sorry.
there's hope.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we seem to have hit upon a sore spot. We should
Yes,
probably move on now.
It's been a rough time here. In many regards. I'm sorry.
You need clothes, you say?
Yes, I'm going to.
Do
No,
you
I'll
have
get
any-
them back. I'll get them back
No.
in 2 days'
I look
time.
around. Is there any cloth in the place?
None.
None
None at
no
all.
other aprons.
Nope, he's wearing the only one. The others are the dry cleaner.
Butcher's paper, that nice thick heavy stuff.
No. He wraps everything in twine. It's like, no, please go. I don't want to see you. I don't want you to see me cry. Mostly because I rub myself against the sides of beef for comfort.
That does seem
I'm
a
gonna
bit
go,
distressing.
actually.
Strangely
Done here.
alluring,
We're
but
done
I
here.
think
I'm
I need to
gonna-
leave now.
I'm going to take my spare bedroll and fabricate it into clothes for the man.
It's weird you brought that in here, but thank you so much. That's something I would imagine you would have left in there. No, but I'm glad you brought it. Thank you.
I just wear it around my chest here to hide my armor. You know.
I thought it was weird. I have to say, and look, I'm not one to judge, but I thought when you walked in and you were just wearing a bedroll wrapped around your chest, I'm like, why is he wearing a bedroll over his armor? As if he were trying to hide it. It's not a shirt. It's clearly not a shirt, but now look at it. You've done
clearly
some
a shirt and
weird
pants.
magics and transformed it into, well, quite the outfit.
The gods will be with you.
Yes. Now, the decoration on there, are these My Little Ponies?
Just for you.
Oh, thank you. I used to love watching that when I was a young girl.
We're leaving.
I just step out, close the door.
Yes. It was a pleasure. Oh, they're gone. And-
See you, Brony.
What?
Stormhouse's still there.
And he just looks at you awkwardly for a second and says, I'm gonna go into the back and rub myself up against the sides of beef if you'd like to watch.
I mean, I'm kind of torn, but I guess everybody else left, so I should probably go too, but I'll be back.
Okay, nice to meet you. And with that, we are going to take the briefest of breaks. So you can wrap your mind about what's been happening here in today's episode of
You have to roll
Dragonlance,
for any of that.
Dragons of Truth, Part 3. I don't have anything else to say. We'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm a speechless. I mean,
There's nothing
I
more.
don't know.
It's best to just move on with this as if none of this has ever happened, and we'll be back
Yeah.
shortly. And we'll maybe right the ship. Who knows?
Doubt it.
Don't go
Totally
anywhere.
doubt that. talking about things being slow, I figured we were talking about ourselves.
And with that, we are back. Welcome back, ladies, gentlemen, and others, to Atomic Peanut Butter Presents Dragonlance: Dragons of Truth, Part 3.
That's a quick break.
That was one of our quicker breaks.
The
It was still
makeup
like 10
artist
minutes.
didn't. The makeup artist didn't even get to me.
What didn't get to you? I missed that.
The makeup artist.
Oh, yeah, well, as much as
Because
it's
you're
needed,
perfect just the way you are.
or that.
Sorry, I had a lot of blemishes she needed to cover up, so I took way too much time. I apologize.
Well, you made her recomb out the stash 4 times.
Yeah.
But it needs it. All right.
Well, stop eating bread products.
No, that's never gonna happen.
Anyway, we are back, and sorry, but we are.
For better or worse.
Let's get on with it. So,
Let's get it on.
let's get it on. We met up with Darylyn something or
Hanson.
other. Subin.
Oh.
And gave you a little information that none of you wrote down about the...
I wrote some of it down.
Thank you, Sedge.
I wrote down some of it.
Or you could just go to the Dragonlance wiki and find information about probably a map of Naraka in there somewhere.
I could probably go pull out DL13 myself and just go read it.
You could, but that would be a spoiler because I'm sure you've never read it before or played it.
I haven't played it before.
Okay, well,
You are the first.
just the way I like it. Sorry, Chuck, that this is your foray into these modules.
I've done Chronicles all the way up to the Blood Sea like 5 times.
Oh yeah, and then that was it.
And, fizzles out.
Not here. You wouldn't know it necessarily by watching and or listening to these episodes, but we're full steam ahead. This is not what sizzling out looks like for us, guys.
We're gonna make it to the penultimate finale and then stop.
Sizzling out for 5 years.
Another great
That should
T-shirt
be on the
reference.
t-shirt.
Slow burn.
That should be
Good
on
That is a
Lord.
good one.
That's like 2 or 3 tonight.
Yeah, you're on a roll, Seth. All right, so you met with him. He gave you information about the city, including where to find his counterpart at the Hair of the Troll Tavern, and then said you should probably get out of town because you really can't trust people here. Besides, of course, he and Madame Fromage. Although he never said
Remember that character.
Yeah.
It was heavily implied with Velspar versus him talking about.
He's gonna rat me out, I know it.
Yeah. Yeah, Feldspar and Madame Fromage did have that will they, won't they tension.
Should we head out of town tonight or sleep at the wagon?
I say we head back to the wagons and make out as soon as at daybreak.
Oh,
Before
hey.
camp breaks.
I mean, I guess we are going into a dangerous situation. It is good to get rid of some of that energy. But
Well,
I don't know, man.
I mean, Philspar, you still got 5 minutes. You can just go to.
yeah, I'll meet you guys there.
I mean, by the time Grell finishes his cheese, you'll be done.
He comes back wearing nothing but a foam cheese hat and has a wheel of cheese carried in front of some sensitive areas.
No, that's what he's using the salami hat for. That's putting that down on the bottom half.
Wait a minute. He's not even using his hands to hold it up.
Don't worry about
No,
it.
he doesn't.
Just turn the back section around. Just call it a good day.
This is what the top-notch entertainment you get here at Atomic Peanut Butter Group, guys.
All right, I'm gonna head back to the wagon then.
All right. What
Reflint.
time of day is it?
It
What time of
is
day is it?
getting late. It is evening.
It's getting late. So girls, like I say, we sleep for the night in the wagons. Get a full night rest. Head out early in the morning.
Feldspar, that's a great plan you came up with.
Yeah, I concur.
All right, yeah, we're just gonna hunker down for the night.
Yep.
All right. Somebody roll me a d20. And don't roll a 7.
10.
All right. The evening goes by uneventfully. You get a benefits of a long night rest, but you didn't actually use any spells, I don't think.
Well,
Or
I did.
Okay.
Can't
What-
fabricate.
Oh, that's true.
And like every day, I cast Goodberry before we go to bed.
And speak with animals, right?
Well,
I mean,
sure.
You got a
speak with
cheese
animals.
wheel and some leftover sausage.
Well, still gotta cast that Goodberry so everybody's topped off. Plus, we have 30 hit points to stuff into mouths.
Okay.
What?
Because each one heals you for one hit point. It's Goodberry.
I kind of prefer mine in a smoothie.
Yeah, sure. We blend some of them up.
you
just
got a
in case
blender
you go
in one of the
unconscious,
wagons,
So we
yeah.
gotta shut them
I
down.
thought that was for indigestion.
The problem is it's a gnome invention, so it always half of it always just gets squirted onto the walls of the wagon. But you can get a smoothie out of there, at least 3/4 of a cup.
Should we continue on at first light then?
But yeah, then I also keep the pep talk to the horses going, so that hopefully, if there's an issue, they can be mollified a little bit, or can take care of things. Talk strategy. We play some chess.
Okay.
You know.
So later, when he says, evasive maneuvers, they know what to do.
Exactly.
Oh, just like the horse on the board. I
Shields
can't
up.
make that noise. There we go. Bromanard says you were the wind beneath my gold dragon wings. Or one of them, anyway. The other was cut off by Sir Alphasian Malkarite. You head out, leaving the rest of the caravan behind. They're not. You leave first light, so you've left before the rest of them. And heading down the road for about a day. And again, it's getting late again. There's really nothing here but this muddy road and gray skies. Up ahead, or above you, rather. Ahead, I don't know the phrase I'm looking for. But above you, every once in a while, you see a dragon fly overhead. Seemingly paying you no mind. You go to pull over as the light of the daylight is dimming, and everybody roll me a perception check.
Perception. Ooh, not very perceptive. Focusing on that trail ahead.
Yeah.
Corel 14.
Yeah, 16 for Feldspar.
Burke is the only one that notices in the not far away, but it's difficult to make out. But sort of in the center of this muddy road, you see a shimmering. Is the best you can describe it. It is very large. Like, it takes up the entire road and then some on either side. And you can see through it, but it's like the rest of the road behind it and whatever, trees or shrubs that, line the streets, in the distance, kind of look almost, like wavy and not the way that they should. And it'll blink out of existence for a little bit and then come back again. And again, there's like, it almost almost sparkles a little bit, and that's what caught your eye originally in the evening sunset.
You guys see the sparkling?
Does it look like trouble?
What do you see?
See sparkling. Up
I don't
ahead
understand what that means. Explain it better. I mean, I see something up there, but I don't understand what that means.
You don't see it. You're looking at the other direction.
Like, I
With your
don't.
six.
What do you mean by that?
I mean,
I'm
I'm looking
nearsighted.
up ahead of the road. You're looking back the route we just came.
Yeah, I'm watching the Fred here, the horse, told me that there was an issue with the trail here, so I was trying to see what he was talking about. What are you talking about?
Fine. Just pull my wagon off.
All right.
Somebody wake Gorel up.
Chester, where's that one? Fred, where's Chester going?
Girls. What?
There's something on the road ahead of us.
Oh, way up there. I thought you were talking about. Oh, I get it now, Fred.
Yeah, and as he points it out, the rest of you do see it. This shimmering.
Girl
Does
gets
it seem
down.
like it's on? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Girl gets down off the wagon, pulls his long sword out, and slowly starts to make his way to the front of the wagon
Okay.
to talk to Burke and be like, "What are you seeing?"
It's right there, that shimmering that you can see too now.
No, I know. I mean, I see it, but what do you see besides that?
It's not natural. It's big.
Does it look like it's on the road or above the road?
On the road.
On the road.
On
okay.
the road.
Although it's very
As if-
large, so it like towers over the road.
But it looks like it's like from the road. up,
Yes,
and not
and that
like
yeah,
above it.
and we'll go probably.
Oh.
It almost seems.
Okay.
It's probably looks like it's about maybe 12, 15 feet high, and then will cover the entire road, which is like 2 wagons length, and then additional like 2 or 3 feet on either side of the road as well.
Do you want me to shoot an arrow into it and see what happens?
I
I think
could
that might be
just.
a bad idea.
My owl can fly up there, and we can check it out.
That's a better idea.
There you go. Do that.
So I can go ahead and settle back and let my senses go into the owls and fly up there.
Sure. You fly up there. Again, it's not terribly far from you. It's probably, 30, 45 feet from you. And the owl, what does the owl do?
Just flies like a normal owl out hunting.
Brominar wants to know if the owl's name is Hooter. Hooter the owl.
No, we did have a name for it, but I forget
Did
what
we?
it was. Once upon a time. No, that was... Yeah, no, I don't remember. I think the squirrel was Twaddles, and the owl was... Yeah, I don't know.
Twiddles.
Blowfish.
Yeah. They're probably all Twaddles since they're just, fey or something.
All right, so you fly up.
But basically, yeah, I'm just hunting type of deal.
Fly up toward it, and again, you can see you see more of the different colors glittering within this shimmering thing here. You can't really make out any detail. Again, you can see through it, but it looks like almost like you're looking through a prism, maybe. But everything behind it is slightly distorted as well.
Okay.
I mean, the owl's going to be fine in the long run. Just have him
describe
fly
what
through
I
it.
see and
Yeah.
fly even closer in.
You're closer, again, seeing about the same thing.
Have your owl just fly into it.
Well, I'm gonna see if I can fly up and over it.
Okay.
So that's what we're doing right now is trying to fly up and over.
Yeah, the owl is able to fly over it.
Okay, so I don't know how high an owl can fly, but at least it's not above that height.
Yeah,
So
again,
looking down, is it
the
still
thing
the,
itself is around 12 to 15 feet high, and the owl's able
Okay.
to get over it.
So looking down on it, though, it's still that same distorted.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'd say that it's the like the width of it would be maybe 6 inches. And then it just, it ends. But if the owl like flies over to the other side and looks back at you, you see the same thing.
Okay. So yeah, I report all of this, I guess, and
So it's
the
some
owl.
sort of camouflaged wall.
Something strange like that. Yes.
But the
Is-
owl was able to go through it, or
No,
did it
over
go
it.
over it?
Over it.
Okay, okay.
Over and behind.
Hmm.
It is nothing that I recognize either of this world or out of this world.
That is true.
Hello? Something in front of us?
Apparently.
I think he was talking to the thing.
Yes.
It does not respond.
Oh,
Take the wagons off the road around it.
can I at least throw a pebble into it?
Get my quarterstaff out. Well, what a miserable weapon for a dwarf.
Yeah.
Gorilla agrees.
Gorilla, he could like pick up like a rock or something and throw it at it.
Sure, just really steal Feldspar's idea. Sure. As Feldspar's looking for
Is that what
As
Feldspar did?
Feldspar's,
Well, no,
yeah,
I was
you
like,
tend to
can I?
steal
Can
everyone's
I?
ideas, by the way. As Feldspar's looking for a pebble, you just pick up a rock and throw it at this thing, and it bounces off.
Oh.
And then Feldspar, you find a pebble, you pick it up just as this rock is bouncing off of it.
All right, can we keep throwing pebbles at it until we find the edge of it?
You can see the edges.
Yeah. But once we get to the edge, the pebbles soar past it, right?
Yes.
So we just go around. No big
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah, how?
just go
What's
around.
the off-road situation like here?
I mean, it's going to be difficult for a wagon to traverse because of the uneven ground, and there's a lot of mud.
But our
Okay.
horses are motivated. They've been
That's
pepped
right.
up.
Sure.
They are.
If only you could motivate your wagon.
They're on the
wheels.
team.
Yeah.
The wagon wheels are on the team too.
Yeah.
Everyone's motivated.
Everyone's motivated.
All right. So yeah, are you saying it's basically difficult?
Full hearts,
terrain?
clear eyes, can't lose.
That's right.
I mean, people took wagons across the uncharted west. We can get
Yeah,
we
come
can get
on.
we can off road these
We
wagons.
can go around this thing. Come on.
That's right.
Even if it slows us down, we can go around it.
All right, is that what you're gonna try to do?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. That would be the makes the most
Yeah.
sense.
All right, so everybody is going into the wagons. Or everybody staying outside.
No,
the wagon?
girl's gonna walk.
Yeah, as many of you that
Yeah.
can. should
We're gonna
just
stay
outright
outside the wagon so we can like
I think everybody should stay
push them
outside
through the
wagon.
mud if we have
Yeah.
to.
grab
Yeah.
your.
Stronos, you better drive this. You can't push.
Well, I'm to talk to the animals, and I will actually use one of my spell slots, cast animal handling, and make sure it's actually. I will. We can spend 10 minutes. I'll ritually cast it, just in case I need that spell slot,
Okay,
and
good idea.
talk. Just talk to those to both teams, encouraging them.
Roll me a persuasion, I guess.
Not animal handling.
Um,
I mean, 14, I guess.
roll me an animal handling.
16.
We'll use your 16
That's awful, considering I have
plus 8.
+8.
This is new territory for you to use, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a long time since you've tried to encourage horses.
Yeah. Or anybody for that matter.
Horses of this day and age are a little bit different.
Yeah,
they
they relate to different things you just don't understand.
Right. They don't even. Yeah. Their lingo, their
Yeah.
slang, it's all different.
All these horses keep saying is Riz and Skibbity Toilet. You don't understand
Yeah.
what it means.
Not really sure. keep trying to get the gist, and they keep kind of changing it. Yeah.
1 minute they're calling you fam, next minute they're calling you crew. Yeah, you can't keep up. All right, so you feel like you've encouraged your horses sufficiently.
Okay, then we start driving through, and
Start the off-roading.
And then everybody else besides the drivers are off the carts, is that right?
Yeah, in case we need to shove it or whatever.
All right.
plus it removes their weight.
It is difficult, so I'm gonna need some athletics rolls. Pick one person for each cart and then roll with advantage because others are helping you.
I'm pretty good at athletics.
I'm not an athletics person.
I got athletics.
So,
I'm driving, so I assume that's not.
Yeah, Promenade says the horses are like, whatever, boomer.
Great.
Whatever,
Alright.
Kleismer.
I'll take.
What do we got here? We got a lot of.
Oh, I thought it was me.
Yes, sir.
Oh, whoever take. Yeah, I thought
There were
Gorell
two
would have
people with
one,
advantage, but we'll what are we rolling?
yeah. Either way, we'll take the dwarves as one and Gorell as the other.
Yeah.
All right, roll another one, Gorell.
Oh, another one.
I mean, just in case you get like a higher than your 18.
There you
25.
go.
Whoa.
25.
Yeah. You're able to move them forward. Oh, cataclysm. Kleismer, I get you. It's always great when you have to explain your jokes. People love that. So you're moving your way slowly through the mud, over rocks. There's again some shrubbery, some trying to maneuver around trees. It's kind of slow going, and Michael or Stone Moss, give me another perception check.
Perception. 13. Paying a little bit more attention than last time.
Yeah, Ventelis, give me the same perception.
Yep. 10.
Uh,
Man, I'm not doing good with perception.
You guys are
today.
really focused on trying. Like, you guys are not the strongest of the group, so you're really you're helping, but it's like, Gorell is kind of using one hand, and like the two of you are just at your backs.
Come on.
So it's distracting you a little bit because it's very difficult, and you wind up running the horses of Wagon 1 into what feels like a solid object, and they stop. And then Gorell, who's pushing Wagon A, sort of almost like the horses stop, but almost runs right into the back of Wagon 1. And as you look now, as you all stop and feel like, what the fuck just happened? You see that this shimmering, glimmering wall has slid over. Dimensions the same, but seems to be blocking your path still.
Huh. So did the wall from the road extend out, or
No,
is
it
this a
just seemed to
completely different
move.
wall? So it's the same wall.
Same wall, same dimensions, slid over, so you're
slid
directly
over.
in the center of it now.
No, that was rude.
All right, what if we split up and go two different ways?
I thought we should have Gorell stab it.
Uh-huh.
No, that's a good idea. What if cart A, which is in the back, starts to move to go around?
You want to try
Cart
that?
Essentially
one
back
keeps-
towards the road, then.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
you
back
moved
towards
off
the road.
Yeah. Sure. And
Go
with that,
around the wall.
I'm not going to make you roll again because you rolled that 25 earlier. Yeah, you're able to maneuver that back across the road, get a good look at where the edge is. You feel like you'll kind of be half on the road, half off the road, but it'll make it a little bit of an easier passage, and you feel like you can kind of slide against it.
Okay.
And as you do, you run the horses into what seems to be like a brick wall. And as you're looking at it, this shimmering, glimmering thing it looks like you're in the center of it, just like it did when you were on the other side of the road.
So we're gonna have to go through.
And did that wall extend or just appear?
It looks to you, it looks like the same dimensions. So what you see is the same dimension, and it actually looks like the other group is not in front of it.
But from our perspective,
from your perspective, it looks like they're not in front of it. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
What seems to be going on?
Gorell calls over and asks them that. Like, what do you see?
The wall's in front of us. You should go.
And Gorell shakes his head, like, that's exactly what I see. I see a wall in front of me, but nothing in front of you.
All right, we're gonna have to find a door.
I guess we just need a way to go find a place to go to sleep for a while and see what happens in a few thousand years.
That's
your answer for everything.
That was your answer for what's for breakfast.
You sleep through one cataclysm.
All right. If Feldspar will put his hand against the wall.
As soon as you do that, you disappear.
Oops.
Oh.
I won't tell you what you see yet, but the others see just Feldspar put his hand, just gently up against this wall and then disappears. And like first you see the hand go through, and then the rest of him just disappears.
We don't see him fall through. We just see him gone.
Yeah. Again, it's difficult to say for certain what happened, but it looks like he just disappeared.
Wow. All right, so Gorell grabs his sword.
Okay.
Runs over to that same spot to where Feldspar was.
Okay.
And he looks over at the dwarves and he goes, grab your gear, we're going in. And I put my hand up against the wall.
Same thing happens, you disappear. Your hand goes through, and before it even gets to the, your wrist, you're gone.
Gone where?
I don't know yet. You don't know yet, because you're just watching this. They know, but I'm not going to tell them, so they don't know, if that makes sense.
Want to poke it with my quarterstaff.
Clank on the... It feels like you're tapping like a stone object.
Horses can't go through.
Can't leave the wagons here. Or at least we can't leave our cargo here.
What happens if you're holding on to the wagon and then touch the barrier?
You've got to maneuver the wagon so it's like across the road in order to do that, because the horses and bridle and everything like that are in front of it.
Sure, we'll try that.
You could do that.
Got long arms though.
Go gadget
Gonna
arms.
make it. Gonna make it.
Not gonna make it. Not gonna make it. All right. So, So you want to touch the wagon,
be holding on to the wagon,
okay,
and
so
touch
holding
the barrier.
on. Yeah.
Yes.
Gripping on. As soon as your hand goes through, you disappear. The wagon remains where it was.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Bye. I tried.
We've lost 3 of them.
Oh boy.
You know all about going.
I'm going to go back into the mind of my owl and see if the owl can enter.
Okay. The owl bangs up against the.
All right, that didn't work.
Actually, no. Your owl's a fey creature.
It is.
The owl goes through it to the other side.
Do I stay connected?
Yes. Although when it goes through, there's like a static, basically. Like it's a weird sensation that you have not felt before while using this. And it actually will roll me a d4.
Alrighty. Ah. 4.
4 points of psychic damage.
Alrighty.
But you are still connected to the owl.
And I don't see, though, anything.
You did not. No, it was like this weird static loop that you went through.
All right, well, I definitely explained that. It's like they went to some, I don't understand it. It's not a place. It's not any realm I've ever understood. It is definitely feels like a prison, maybe.
Maybe get them out.
They're probably, I can't see them, sense them, hear them, taste them.
Flint is standing there and he says, I'm not going to lose him again. And he walks over and touches the thing and disappears.
No!
I reach forward to grab Flint and touch it too.
Then you disappear as well. So it is Ventelis, Stonemoss, and Barum Everman. And he says, What should we do?
What do you mean? I'm already through.
As Ventelis went through a long time ago.
So sorry, I forgot about that. It is, yeah, you're right. It's Stonemoss and Barum.
Is there a large boulder nearby?
No. Because otherwise, unless you don't want to play in a couple weeks, then yes.
Well, I'm going to, because all of the dragon lances and shit are still here, right?
Yes.
I mean, nobody took it. I'm gonna go grab out every dragon lance.
That is, how many of you are there? 7?
There's 2 of us, I guess, to hold them. We can't.
I thought
leave
they
them
were all
behind.
in a holding bag.
Oh, they're in a bag of holding.
No.
I thought so.
No,
Oh, they were just
that
under the
was the
potatoes.
original
No,
group
that was the
that
original-
Curlithlon
Oh,
had,
that's the other group.
which now
Damn.
the dragon armies have control of.
So yeah, we can't leave them behind just in case. So yeah, I'm gonna have to drag them all out, and me and every man there will.
Everman. Mr. Everman.
He's every
Hey,
man.
when I
now.
read it, it was every man. I'm sorry. So me and every man there.
So yeah, so I guess there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 7. So there's 7 lances.
So I'll hold as many as I can, basically, and
He'll take the rest.
I'll take the rest.
Yeah, I mean you could.
And I'll tell the horses to. I'm actually gonna unhitch them, and tell them to wait around for a while. But if you have to leave, I'll understand.
Okay.
And but I do tell them wait a few days, just in case we make it back out this way.
What constitutes a day?
When the sun goes all the way across the sky 5 times.
Yes. Sunrise, sunset.
And I explain all.
Sunrise, sunset.
Careful horse neighing. So
Yes. And as you walk through this glimmering, shimmering shadow, you hear the horses singing sunrise, sunset.
the whole time I'm like, this is an awful, awful idea. And I make every man go first, by the way.
You start off by saying this is an awful, and by the time you say idea, you are in a cell with Barum Everman.
That's what I figured.
And hold on, we're gonna move you to this map, and I will move everybody else over here too. Where is it? You should see a little tiny space toward the left-hand side of the map. Otherwise, everything should be just a black blotch. You see it where it says
Yeah,
A?
I see letter A.
Half of you are in the cell to the left. The other half are in the cell to the right.
And where is the owl?
Owl, as far as you know, is still outside.
Trapped in the static?
Yeah. Well, on the other, well, not really, just sort of flying around on the outside of the other side of the wall.
Okay.
Actually,
Was it had entered in?
I lied to you, but we'll get there. No, fuck it. This is where you entered. This is where I told you you were.
It's fine.
But you're all here. You're all fine. Everything you had with you on your person came with you.
Oh, good. You brought the lances.
Yeah. I'll hand them out to whoever wants to take them because they're.
All right. So who's in which side? Who's on which?
You can
which
decide who's on what side. We'll say the first. How many of you are there? 1, 2, 3, 4,
There's 7
5,
of
6,
us.
7. So the first 4 are in the left side. The last 3 are in the right side.
Was there order coming through?
The order
So
was
it's me,
Feldspar.
Stomos, and Everman on one side.
Okay.
Which
How do I
this-
shrink this down?
Don't worry
The-
about it. Just put your token in there for if you want to move, and that'll be one group, and the other group will be whoever else wants to put the token on the other side.
All right.
This is Burke's theory of hell, basically, right now, being trapped in the cell with Stormmoss.
So let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Just describe the doors to me. Can we like see across to the people on the other side?
Yes, and I will say too that there's a rushing sound fills the 10-foot square cell you find yourself in. You are standing in 2-foot deep water that swirls about your feet. The iron gates that block your way are eaten thin by rust. Outside the cell, dark water moves down the corridor. So you can see basically across from you. And it looks like, from what you can tell, you can't see inside, but there are other bars that you assume. I'll show you on the map a little bit. Basically, you can see at least there. So there's other bars that you can see, but it's kind of hard to see beyond that.
Okay.
But you can see the other group directly ahead of you, in front of you, rather, on the other
So
side.
does it look like we can possibly break through using the dragon lances as levers or something like that to, break our way through?
They look fairly brittle.
So I suggest
kicks-
to
So,
the
I was
more
gonna say-
muscle-bound.
Garel, roll me an
Garel-
athletics check.
Burkle's gonna grab his side and try to break him.
Roll me an athletics, Burke. Yeah, Burke, you're able to snap off basically the.
Oh!
and
Oh,
Garel
natural
with a
20.
crit. Yeah, Garel
There's
just
just a
kicks.
Gorel-shaped hole in it.
Garel kicks it, and these the entire. Yeah, it's like the Kool-Aid Man side, but there's a Garel hole in there that you guys can all fit through since he's very large. And Burke is able to pry open the bars and knock them into the shallow water.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so we'll head out into the hallway.
these
and
have not been used in a while, apparently.
Yeah.
apparently.
All right. What
How
do
hard
we
is it
see?
to
We're out
carry
of
these
the cell.
lances, by the way?
Oh.
They're designed to be carried,
It's
right?
yeah.
So-
These are the footman's
Footman.
lances, so
Okay.
you're able to.
Okay.
Everyone's able to carry them easily enough. From the top right corner, the cell, you hear, "Will you keep it down out there?"
Sorry? We're prison breaking.
Who's
You want
that?
in?
You want out?
What?
I mean,
Who
that
goes
might-
there?
That might be the
I
guard.
run up to to the door.
Oh, you're very large. You see a gnome in the cell by himself. It seems like he's working on some, like he's got his pants rolled up, but it doesn't matter because the water is still high enough that it's getting them wet. And he has his like a piece of paper on a like a little shelf that he's using as a desk, and he's jotting something down in a very small pencil. It's almost like a nub at this point.
Golf pencil.
And so I look through the door, and I'm like, we're leaving. You want to get out too?
When did you get here?
We just got here, but we're not staying.
Well, I don't want to be bothered.
You don't happen to know where we are, do you?
What? Well, you're in a cell.
Yeah,
place.
do you know where we are? I mean, you seem to be happy here.
Does this dungeon have a name?
Oh, a name? I don't know. I was just, some mad wizard put me in this cell months ago. And, well, I have to say, this cell is really very poorly designed, and I've been working on an improved version of this cell. But
Wait, you're trying to improve the cell he's keeping you in?
yes. Because look at it. And he walks over, and he taps one of the bars, and it falls off and splashes into the water. Do you see this? What kind of cell is this? It can't hold anybody.
Exactly.
Let's go.
Why are you staying here? Why are you still here? Why don't you just leave?
Well, it gives me good inspiration to see what it is they've done wrong in order for so I know what to fix.
Are you doing this at the wizard's direction?
Oh no, this is my life quest. I've decided.
This
On
to
purpose?
improve this cell is your life quest.
Yes. Well, I never had one before, and I figured this is as good a one as any.
But it's filling with water. Don't you want to leave?
Well, it's not filling. It's just been this way for at least the months I've been here. It hasn't gotten any higher.
Oh.
Wait a
I
minute,
thought
how
it
long
was
have you
getting
been
higher.
here?
A few months.
How they feed you?
Huh. Never thought about it that way. I haven't really been hungry.
What?
This is wizard stuff. Ventalis,
Mhm.
you're up. What's going on?
You're up.
Well, I mean, if he hasn't eaten in months, he's either a construct of some kind, or there's
How
something
dare
in
you,
here
sir?
preventing us from.
Sir Elf, I am not a construct. Well, I am...
Are you sure?
Yes. I'm Nippal Libishibilish.
I mean, that sounds
Call
like
me-
something a
call me
construct
Nip.
would say.
Call me Nip for short.
Again, still sounds like a construct thing.
No, I'm not. I'm a gnome.
Oh, okay.
Born and
Gnomes
raised
are
in
worse.
Mount Nevermind.
As far as you know, that's what you are, yes.
How dare you? You rude
As far as you know,
sons of biscuits.
I believe you, gnome.
Well, thank you, Sir Dwarf. And he bows to you.
Come with us. Let's see what's more in this that you can redesign.
Well, I need to work on this first. Maybe I'll meet you later.
Oh, wow. We
He
will meet then
insists.
later.
Yeah, you have fun with that.
Okay. Well, some of you are very rude.
I said you should have fun with that.
You said it in a tone that I didn't quite like, Mr. Human.
Do you want your bar put back into place?
No, it's fine. Falls
Okay.
off all the time. Oh, by the way, and he looks to Burke. Come here. I have some advice for you.
Yes.
If, and there's a big if you are on a test, then remember that it is a wise one who can determine the truth when there is the very appearance of things lies.
Oh, you've talked to Snowmoss too.
Oh no, he seems real.
Yes.
Only a human could be
Unfortunately-
that dismissive of a gnome.
Yes, he's dismissive of everyone.
Yeah,
All I
well,
did was say have fun.
You said in a tone I didn't appreciate.
He doesn't like small folk.
Oh, boy. I'm
It's
going to go
awfully-
stand over here where I'm more appreciated. Oh, by myself.
I thought he'd never leave.
He's awfully condescending. It hurts my feelings.
Anyway, not everything is as it appears in this place, at least from what I could tell.
That's good advice. We appreciate it.
All right, well,
Okay.
I'm busy, so why don't you bugger
No,
off?
no. Turn.
You sure you don't want to come with us?
He's good. He's good. We
What-
don't
what
want to
did I
interrupt
say? How
him.
many times do I have to say it? You humans
All right,
never
all
listen.
right. Okay, fine. All right, fine.
He's a
Well,
lot
I-
taller,
yeah,
and the
it's
words don't get up there.
Neither does the air. Get to your
Ah!
brain. That's
Touches
what I
off
mean. It
through the
doesn't get to your
water.
brain.
Now who's being heightest?
Me. It's me doing that. Nip.
I like this guy.
I think we should each join the band.
Why don't you leave that green gem bastard in here? I'll come with you. Much more fun.
Do you play the drum?
As a matter of fact, yes, I do very well.
There you go.
Just one drum, though. I never more than one.
It's fine.
Never saw the need. More of a bongo man myself.
Beat poetry, I think.
Well, my mother always said I looked very good in a black turtleneck. It's the jowls, you see. Helps firm them up.
Start heading south.
See you later.
Good luck.
Yeah, you
Mid.
too. You're heading south.
Yeah.
All right. Let's reveal this area here. This guard room is flanked by two raised platforms on either side of the arch. The water cascades into the room from a staircase at one end. I could actually show you a little bit more of this, I guess. Cascades into the room from a staircase at one end of the room and runs out the opposite archway. The three large, muscular clay creatures stand on each side of the raised platforms. These appear to be There appears, to be a niche behind each statue. So basically, on each, in where it says the B there, on either the right or the left, there are three muscular clay statues on raised platforms and a niche behind them.
Those clay figures are going to attack us as soon as we go in there.
Should we send Growlin first?
Can we see what's in the niches?
Not from behind those clay statues.
Is the owl still here?
The owl was never there.
Owl was never here, apparently. It entered, but we don't know whatever happened to it. So I'm just going to recall it back into its pocket dimension,
Okay.
wherever the heck it's at.
You think that works?
Well, I can pop it back out of the pocket dimension. Otherwise, I can just recast it ritually, but we'll do that later.
What you gonna
Alright,
do?
well,
That's what you see.
All right. Garel will step forward slowly and cautiously, hand on his the hilt of his sword, ready to pull it out.
All right. Show me where you go on the map, please.
All right. So those bees are the statues.
Effectively, they basically go both. Imagine there's a bee on the north, on the south one too, and the three of them are spaced out between that.
Okay. So yeah, right around there, he walks up.
As soon as you do that,
Uh-huh.
the clay golems
Uh-huh.
begin to come to life, and that is where we end tonight's episode.
Oh, goody.
There's only 6 of them.
Easy.
No, those are constructs.
Those are fact
For the record.
The gnome was a gnome. All right, guys. Well, thank you for hanging out with us on D&D Fridays for Atomic Peanut Butter presents Dragonlance: Dragons of Truth, Part 3. We will return in 2 weeks with Part 4. No game next week because Chuck and Mike will be at GaryCon.
Along with Will.
Along with Will. Anybody going to GaryCon, check them out. Michael, do you have any room in your games?
The afternoon one still has a couple.
The afternoon one, and you mean the one in the evening?
Or the evening, yeah. It's more like evening than afternoon, but yeah.
We've been through this.
Yeah.
Didn't stick.
It's after noon.
Yep.
So technically
it is
correct.
afternoon.
Midnight to him is still afternoon. So anyway, if you are at GaryCon, check them out. Is Will running a game too, or is it just...
Yeah, several seminars and sessions. He's like slammed and busy, and he doesn't know how to do a convention. You're supposed to lay back and take it easy, and he's got his schedule like jam-packed.
Wow. I know there's a lot of stuff that he's working on. I didn't bother to ask what.
Yeah.
But anyway, you guys may know and learn about it if you go to GaryCon. So check them out. Gaz has got other shit to do that has nothing to do with GaryCon, even though that's his name.
Yeah, it's it's kind of sad that GaryCon has nothing to do with me.
That's why he doesn't go.
Really, it is
other
kind of
Garys
offended.
allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, Bromenard says, let Will know that Ergrin died when you go there next week.
There you go.
But anyway, we will be back in 2 weeks. And so check us out then. Again, you can also check us out on Atomic Peanut Butter Group YouTube for if you missed any past episodes or want to watch any Greyhawk adventures or Marvel superheroes. And yeah, that's about it. So for Gaz, Chuck, Michael, Sedge, and Kemchan, I am Adam saying goodnight. Be safe out there. Be kind to one another. And we will see you next time on Dragonlance. Bye-bye.
Bye now. See you later. Toodles.
Toodles. That was a good one. Bye.